This is Dr. Tom Pritchard, and you're listening to Top Rope Reality.
Hello everybody and welcome to Top Rope Reality episode 19.
One step closer to 20.
One step closer to 20. And now for our huge, what we saw this past week.
Yeah, well, that's pretty huge. It's interesting.
All it was 7-14-14.
This coming up Monday.
Yes, that is. That's Monday Night Raw.
That is Monday Night Raw. That would be that date.
And it wasn't done by John Cena on Twitter.
Not Vince McMahon.
Not The Rock.
Not Triple H.
Not
Batista.
Roman Reigns.
Not Roman Reigns. Not Stephanie McMahon.
Not Ric Flair.
Not Ric Flair.
Even though Ric Flair is supposed to be back this Monday.
On 7-14-14.
But it's somebody who knows Ric Flair very well.
That's true.
It's not Ted Turner or Eric Bischoff.
Those would be interesting.
Those would be interesting, yes. No,
Ted
the
Turner's
man.
not in that much need of a money, though.
No, he loves wrestling.
He loves wrestling.
But the man who tweeted out 7-14-14 was the man called Sting.
The icon. The franchise.
Could Sting make his debut for the WWE this Monday on Raw?
Could be, or could be about WWE 2K15, because they're saying he will be a downloadable character.
Oh, yes.
So could it be just that they're revealing it, a big reveal, but at the same time, they did film some sort of weird
Video
with like an orchestra and everything for Sting, and I guess that's going to be his video that they promote his being a downloadable character.
Or is it the first
Vignette.
for WWE?
That could be true.
Because Ric Flair and Sting go back a long, long time.
That's true.
Could Flair, being on Raw, be the first step on bringing in Sting? Could the minds that be finally put their heads together and come up with something good, since The Undertaker seems to be gone
Right.
for good?
I mean, they're saying Ric Flair's supposed to be going with The Miz. It wouldn't make sense.
I hate that.
Wouldn't make sense for Sting to come in because of The Miz. I mean, that would help The Miz. It wouldn't help Sting. It wouldn't help anything. It wouldn't be anything major for him.
Maybe Sting's going to be the new GM.
That would be great. I would love to see a new regime. You know, Vicky's gone, Brad Maddox is gone, and Triple H and Stephanie have run roughshod.
How about we have this? Triple H names Ric Flair as the GM.
Okay.
And we get Mr. Grapefruits himself, Vince McMahon, comes back and says, hold up, you can't have Flair as GM because I already hired the GM.
Right.
Here we get Sting.
There you go. And then that already makes Vince McMahon a face when he comes back.
Yes.
So you can have Vince as the face owner and Triple H and Stephanie as the heel owners, with pretty much Flair on their side as a heel.
Flair could be SmackDown.
Flair could be SmackDown. Be like, well, you hired the Raw general manager, then that means I'm going to put him on SmackDown.
Yeah.
You know, and it would be great if they split rosters again, but, you know,
I know.
that's for another day of discussion.
Or, all in all, could be nothing, could just be Sting.
Just hyping up stuff, just get people talking.
And we could get Sting Dow.
That's true. Maybe he's just going along with it, just, you know.
So don't be surprised if we get Sting's music and Sting Dow comes out.
True.
With the face paint. It may be the Crow we give it, or it could be the old
That's true.
gimmick the way he used to use.
But how cool would that be? Bret Hart comes back to attack a Bret Hart Dow.
Oh, did you see the HBK one?
No.
Yes, on main event during Jericho's.
He came out as HBK.
He was HBK.
Very nice. But if he does come out as Sting Dow, how awesome would that be if Sting came out and gave him the Scorpion Death Drop?
That would be wonderful.
That would be great.
That would be great.
To be your first showing of Sting in the WWE.
And then he can make the announcement that he's the GM.
There you go. Like, nobody makes fun of me
I mean,
because I'm the
yes,
general
I know a lot of
manager.
people out there saying, well, Sting show, he does, and he doesn't. Not a full-time schedule. Maybe a couple of matches.
Right, but I mean, if he's general manager, he only needs to be there on Raws and pay-per-views.
Yes.
That's it.
And don't have to be on pay-per-views.
Not every one of them, no.
No.
He could be on the major ones, backstage,
Yeah.
stuff of that nature.
And like I said, and just shoot for WrestleMania. I mean, you can always come with something with WrestleMania.
Right.
We might end up getting Sting and Hunter at WrestleMania.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be. I wouldn't mind it.
No, not at all.
Well, let's get on. We got the Sting, so everybody, especially me, I'm waiting on the edge of my seat
Yes.
during Monday Night Raw.
Today is Sunday. Tomorrow
Yes.
is the big Monday Night Raw. So let's see. Is anything going to happen with Sting? We'll find out what's going to happen with Sting, and we'll talk about that next week. What was the reveal for 7/14/14?
If anything.
If anything.
Well, let's get on to our Indy news next week.
Next week.
Not even a big show for us. Number 20, it's a big show
Yes,
for Brad
number 20
Armstrong's
will be
memorial.
huge, and what an honor that we will have number 20 at the same time that we're at the Brad Armstrong Memorial Show
Yes.
in Milton, Florida. We've already told you a lot of the big names that are going to be there, all the Armstrong family except for, Scott?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
they haven't announced
said,
Scott.
and they may not announce. He's the referee. You know, they
That's
may
true.
just, like I said, they got plenty of referees. I think they could, let
That
them
is
have
true.
one night off.
That is true. But I think there's going to be a lot of big surprises. I mean, you got former football players coming. We've already got a women's match already announced. And I believe that's the only match announced.
And the Battle Royal.
Oh, and the Battle Royal for the Brad Armstrong Memorial title. And you know what? That's enough for a show like that. You don't have to have the whole card filled
No.
out. It's just
It doesn't.
and there's going to be a lot of nostalgia. There's going to be a lot of excitement. You're going to see a lot of old school wrestling.
Yes,
And I'm excited for it.
I am too.
And we're going to have full coverage and maybe, if we're lucky, get some interviews with people.
We're going to try our best
We're
to see
going
what
to try our
happens.
best. We've gotten some talks
Not going to
with
say we're going to get them
promoters.
because we're just going to. What
That's right.
happens, happens.
What happens, happens. If we don't get any interviews, guess what? We enjoyed a great show, and we're going to give you a recap of it
Oh, yes.
on episode 20.
Oh, yes. Well, let's get on into our tournament.
Huge tournament. We're down to the finals.
To the finals
Down
here.
to the final two.
And that will be announced on our big 20th.
Yes, the winner
Episode.
of that. Number 20 is shaping up to be huge, and you don't want to miss it. Talking about the Brad Armstrong Memorial Show. We're going to talk about what 7/14/14 was. We're going to be talking about who won the first ever Indy tournament for Top Rope
I
Reality.
know. Indy Cat is excited. She can't stand it. She's there sleeping.
Yes, she's
And
just hanging out.
Hanging out. She is loving it.
She is. So let's go over
Let's go with this real quick.
who won and who lost. In the semifinals, the AIWF bracket was Logan Page taking on the CSW bracket of Lucha Lacora.
So we had LePage taking on LaCour.
Yes, he loves to call him LePage. now.
LePage.
LePage. So LePage and Lacora. So Lacora had 4 votes. He was a favorite going into this for a long time. He's been doing great. And
Yes.
he had 4 votes. Logan Page had 7. So Logan Page will be moving on to the finals. So let's find out right now who his opponent's going to be. You had the New Heights bracket taking on the SWA bracket, which the SWA was a show we went to, and we
Yes.
got to see Dr. Tom Pritchard interview him. In the finals of those 2 tournaments, we had Zane Stevens taking on Paul Jourdain. Paul Jourdain was a huge favorite to win the whole tournament. To win the entire thing. He's had 10, 14, 15 votes going through the whole thing. But
And this one was
This
decided
one-
was down to 5. 5 votes separated these
it's
two.
insane. Paul Jourdain had 3 votes, while Zane Stevens had 8. So our finals is going to be the AIWF bracket taking on the New Heights bracket. Logan Page taking on Zane Stevens. The winner will be the first ever Indie Tournament champion for Top Rope Reality, and they get to take a picture with this title belt along with us that we'll be posting on Facebook.
And they'll be stuck in our photo gallery
Yes,
forever.
forever.
It'll be immortalized
This
in
that
the
is
Top
correct.
Rope reality lore. So
Yes. So, and then of course, this has gone well, and we're already planning on doing a second Indie tournament.
Yes.
In the future, we'll have all the dates and the names announced way later on.
Oh, yes.
Whenever we figure it out.
Some
But
people who's in this one will be again,
They
and some
will
who
be.
missed it will be added. Some people who are in this one will not be in it.
That's true.
The winner will not. The winner cannot be in it the next one. So.
No.
So we will be back for part 2. Unless you got anything else to
I
say?
have nothing else to say right now.
Except 7-14-14.
7-14-14. Let's figure out what's going to happen with that.
And we'll be right back for part 2 right after this. Right here on Top Rope Reality on YouTube.